Hey there, Startup Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Level Up, where we help you build and grow your dream practice and live your dream lifestyle. I am Katie. That is Kate. We are the owners of the Private Practice Startup, and Level Up is a series all about you. This is where you get to ask us your most burning questions about private practice, and we answer them. Today's question comes from Chris Jilsuchek. Chris asked us, when sharing a lobby or reception area with other folks, disciplines, etc., should I make the receptionist sign a confidentiality waiver? Great question.
Great question. And before we dive into answering that, we want to say thank you to TherapyNotes for sponsoring this series and being a huge support of Startup Nation. If you're in need of a awesome comprehensive EHR, check them out and you can get your first 2 months for free at therapynotes.com.
And just use code PPS. Let's dive into the question. This is a really great question. I'm sure many folks are wondering. So the answer is yes, in essence, right? So we might make an assumption if you are like in a medical area, right, and a receptionist knows HIPAA, that they would naturally do that. But as therapists, we do want to assure that our clients' confidentiality is protected. So I definitely would have a conversation with that receptionist, whether they know HIPAA or not, and explain and talk about HIPAA, go over and have them sign a BAA, the do's and don'ts. I know that there's some free online HIPAA training. You might even want the receptionist to take that as well. Kate, what do you want to share?
Yeah, it's a little unclear as far as, is this your receptionist or are they working for the audiologist and not for you? You're just sharing a lobby. So it's a little unclear, and depending on the dynamic of that context, it might, obviously you're going to want to handle it a little bit differently. So if this is a receptionist that you actually share in common and maybe they're having direct interaction with your clients, it would be really good to train them, to work with them so that they understand the nature of your work, how you want them to greet your clients. What if someone is in crisis and you're in session and they're looking to the receptionist for answers? So it's good to have those types of conversations and some systems put in place. And if they're your receptionist and they're taking calls for you and all of that, you definitely want to be able to have a lot of training with them so that they understand not only the HIPAA laws and regulations, but what to do in case of a crisis situation, how to navigate the initial intake calls, and how to deal with any specific situations that might arise. And so, yeah, there's a lot of good conversations to have there, depending on where they fall along that continuum. And it also could be a really cool potential referral source to share a lobby with practitioners that are in complementary specialties.
Yeah, and I know that I think I said BAA, but I might have not defined that and what that is. It's a business associates agreement, and we actually have a free one. We'll go ahead and put that in the resources section. And from being in management and leadership for many years, HIPAA was part of our ongoing annual training, right? So if you're there for an extended time, is you also want to make sure that this person takes those trainings. Those things are documented, you kind of have a file for them, because if anything happens in the future, you know, if like I don't know, maybe there's a substitute receptionist that day and they're like, oh, hey, Mrs. Janae Walters, eek, you know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're documenting those things. And if there is a substitute receptionist, that you also have access to them as well, and just doing your due diligence to protect your clients. So thank you so much for this question.
Great question. Yes. And if you guys have additional questions that you want to have us answer in our Level Up series, look for the Ask Us post. It comes out in our Facebook group every Tuesday. And we're here cheering you guys on every step along the way. And we will see you on the next video. In the meantime, you guys got this.
Take care, everybody.